Renee with Imperfect Wholeness. So, trying to eat more plant-based. So, yesterday was my birthday. May 5th was my birthday, depending on when you watch this. So, Cinco de Mayo is my birthday. And of course, everybody goes out for Mexican. My husband's like, you want to go out for Mexican? I'm like, not really. So, I wanted to go to like this cider house that I've always wanted to go to and have dinner there. And they have like pizzas and whatever, but we couldn't find a place to park. So, I'm like, hey, let's go to this hamburger joint that we've always liked. Even though I'm trying to eat more plant-based, I was like, if I'm going to get a burger, I'm going to get a good burger, right? And I know this place is good because I used to eat there all the time. So we get there and they seat us. We get like the last table, which is really cool. We get a window seat, which is nice because it's my birthday. They have a lovely honey lavender hard cider on tap, which is really good. Anytime a cider's on tap, it's better. And then we ordered like cheese curds and onion rings. Yes, I know, all fried, you guys. This is why it's Imperfect Wholeness. I'm dipping my toes in, trying to be more plant-based, trying to be better. But, you know, indulging. Use the excuse of my birthday, but... so we did all those appetizers. I did a burger that had like a balsamic vinaigrette, spinach and red onion mixture on top of it with some fried mushrooms on it. And then hubby did his burger with a bunch of cheese on it and stuff. And we walked away, one, feeling very full, two, halfway through our food, we were already feeling it. And we knew that it was a mistake. It was too greasy, too fried, and then the meat wasn't that good. So I don't know if they changed their recipe or something, or their portions that they would put in there, but it just didn't have a whole lot of flavor in it. Really disappointing. But it sparked me. My husband said it's so much better when we just eat at home because when I'm making stuff. So I still cook meat for him, for the most part, right? And then I keep trying to find different ways to like have those same types of flavors or taste. Sometimes I will, like when I make taco meat here with the ground meat and the cauliflower rice, I'll have some of that on my nachos or in a burrito or something. But overall, I'm really trying. But it was like after that, it was like we spent a lot of money on a meal that was not as great as it could have been, you know, and it just inspired me to do a lot more cooking at home. So I'm going to go through my fridge today. I'm going to film a whole bunch of videos. It's my last day of vacation anyway, and this is something that I love to do. I love to do meal prep. I love to cut up vegetables, and I just need to do it. So going to dip those toes in all the way up to my ankles now into this whole plant-based eating thing. So today I'm making chocolate pudding. This is a recipe that's been around for a very long time. I've always been anti-avocado, so I'm like, no way am I going to do it, but it's an avocado chocolate pudding. So I found a whole bunch of different types of recipes for this, and this is the one that I settled on. Sorry, I need gotta have some almond milk too, otherwise I was wondering why I didn't have any liquid out. So basic ingredients. So I had some avocados, opened them up. They were brown on the inside, not completely, like just the edges, but the recipe clearly says that if you're having any brown or strings in your avocado, it's gonna give it a bitter taste. So I opened up the next batch, and these are pretty decent. These, I feel like this is almost not raw, soft enough, but we're gonna make it work. So you should use a blender where you can scrape down the sides. I'm gonna use my cup. So in this recipe, we're using 2 avocados, right? I told you this one's not quite as soft, and the other one's softer, and then the other ones were overdone. I am not an avocado aficionado. I know there's like, I don't know, like 30 or 50 different varieties of them, which I didn't know existed, but never really liked it. But I've started using avocado for like creams in my salad, like to make like a dressing in a sense, because it will soften up and get all gushy and on top of my salads and stuff. So anyway, so 2 avocados. Like I said, this one is just not quite raw, not quite ripe enough yet, so that's probably gonna affect the taste, but I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna use it, and because I'm just trying to get everything in my fridge prepped. Might even make a borscht. I've never made a borscht before. I've never actually even had it, but I got a big giant beet in my grocery delivery from Imperfect, and it's just a giant beet. It's almost like the size of my face, and I have a whole head of cabbage, And, you know, you can make that and then you can freeze it for a couple months. So have it on hand. See, this one's way more ripe. This is easier to scoop out. All right, so we're on 2 avocados. And then what I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, organic cocoa powder, right? Now, some of the recipes I saw, they used raw cocoa, and I know there's a difference, but I have cocoa powder on hand, so that's what I'm using. Okay, 4 tablespoons of organic maple syrup for that sweetness. Okay. And then we're going to add in a tablespoon of Hemp Hearts. This recipe I found calls for it. It says it's optional, but I'm like, why not? I've got it, right? I got it. May as well use it. I gotta wash that. So a tablespoon of Hemp Hearts. I don't know. It's definitely going to give it more fiber for sure. And lots and lots of protein. Because 3 tablespoons has like 10 grams of protein in that hemp. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla, if I can get it open. Preferably vanilla that doesn't have the alcohol in it. This does have a little bit in there, but that's okay. It is what it is. It's what I got. So a teaspoon of that. And then half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. And then if it doesn't blend the way you want it to, or if it isn't sweet enough, or it isn't chocolatey enough, you're just going to add a little more to it. So I got it all in my blender here. I'm going to blend it up a little bit, pulse it up, and then what I'm going to do is scrape it down a little bit. So I did pulse it a little bit, but now I might have to scrape this down a little bit. I can hear that that one avocado was really, oh, look at that. It looks like a pudding, right? Definitely smells chocolatey. Let's give this a taste. I may see if we have to add anything to it. I almost feel like a little more maple syrup. Maybe a touch more vanilla. Other than that, it's actually really good. All right, I just did another drizzle of vanilla. And I'm gonna do another drizzle of my maple syrup. And then I'm gonna another teaspoon there, right? Scrape this down a little bit. All right, so I scraped it down. This is mostly because I didn't want to mess with my big giant blender and scrape it down when it's only going to make this much, right? All right, added a little more vanilla, added a little more maple syrup. Texture was actually really good. On my blender and it says spread, so that's what I did because it's kind of like a spread, right? All right, let's scrape this into my bowl. We're gonna put it in the fridge. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's really super smooth and silky looking. Very chocolatey, I like that. It's got like a chocolate maple flavor, which is even better. And I'm gonna let this sit in the fridge for a little bit. This will be my dessert. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, this is a keeper. You should try it. Again, it was 2 avocados. I used like 4 tablespoons of maple syrup and then a teaspoon because it is per taste. I used half a cup of unsweetened almond milk, a teaspoon and a half maybe of vanilla, a tablespoon of Hemp Hearts. And yeah, I think that was it, right? Oh, cocoa powder, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder. That's what it was. 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 2 avocados, 4 tablespoons of maple syrup, and then a dash more, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, half a cup of almond milk. Got it? Give it a shot. It's a nice, healthy, very chocolatey smelling dessert. I like it. Remember, it's just about dipping your toes in, right? Starting that journey little by little, learning what your body likes, what it doesn't like, what's in your comfort zone, what's not in your comfort zone. I just made a cheese recipe that was amazing, mozzarella. I'm getting ready to make a different one now. It's more like a nacho cheese. I'm excited. So I love learning. I love cooking. I love being here. I love to help you on your journey. It's imperfect, right? It's imperfect, but it's a journey and it's yours, and it's how you're going to get to a healthier space in your head and your heart and your mind and your body. All right, be imperfect, be whole.